shit. It is 12:17 a.m. Way past my bedtime. So this is gonna be kind of more of a organized rant. About a month ago, this guy, Mother's Basement, released a video called, what the fuck is it called? Mother's Basement released a video called You Should Maybe Skip JoJo's Parts. And as you expected, everyone reacted respectfully and with grace. And we're super nice about it, and we're willing to have a... I had a lot to say when I saw it. Shuck did his own video on it, so I think you should check that out if you want to as well. But I also wanted to throw my own hat in the ring for this conversation because I still have some things to say. So if you want, you can check out Shuckmeister's video after this one. I will put it in the description. If you don't, you can castrate me. Okay.
I don't like gatekeepers. In my opinion, which is also a fact, the only people who really aren't real fans of things are the ones who actively try to get in the way of other people enjoying those things on their own terms.
Yeah, so telling someone to start from the beginning is not gatekeeping. It's not even a suggestion. It's just literally read the story the way it was intended. So, like, why not? Is that too hard? Is that too hard of a concept to grasp? Is that too hard for you to understand? Am I being too passive aggressive? I'm sorry. That didn't sound genuine. I'm sorry.
It's silly to argue that continuity is the core of what makes JoJo good. If it was, Araki never could have gotten away with rebooting the series in a parallel universe, and also, he probably wouldn't have wanted to do it in the first place.
Steel Ball Run really works because of what comes before it. It's based off of characters you've seen before in new and exciting ways in a different universe. It doesn't really mean that much if you don't really know them. Sure, there's a new story to be told, but these are iterations of the characters that in ways we've never seen them before. Not only just like stands and story arcs and just setting, it's just it's a breath of fresh air. It's taking what already worked before and refining it even more. If parts 1 through 6 was the Renaissance, then this is part 7 and on, I guess, the Enlightenment Pyramid. I'm not oh god, this is art majors, suck my penis, haha.
Anyway, with the exception of ad breaks, the internet has made media in general a lot easier to enjoy in its purest form. We can access almost any piece of narrative art that exists in release order on our own time.
Now you can go on Crunchyroll or just sail the 7 seas, dude. You get that all for free. Therefore, he kind of said himself that there really isn't that much of an excuse to just not start from something where it's supposed to be started. Everything's right at your fingertips, dude. There really is no reason why you should or could be jumping around these parts.
Okay, this is a very brave and controversial take that no JoJo fans ever heard before, but Phantom Blood isn't the best, actually. It's weirdly paced. Fully half of its cast is entirely forgettable, like nobody would remember Dire.
Calling Phantom Blood not the best or even a bad part is super subjective. People have their own likes and biases, and that goes for you, Geoff. It's not my favorite part, but I absolutely appreciate what it stands for and what it represents. Okay, I kind of hate to bring this up, but as annoying as they are, as prevalent and poo-poo they are, there's a good amount of memes that also come from part 1, showing that if part 1 is as bad as they say they are, why is there so much, I don't know, endearment towards characters like Speedwagon and Dio and even Dire with the Thundercross sprint attack, you know? Come on. Of course, Zeppeli. He does a zoom punch. The dude dislocates his shoulder as a tactical advantage. What more can you ask for? Self-harm, baby.
Disclaimer, Top Ramen J Productions does not condone self-harm, and self-harm is not a joke. If you decide to harm yourself or others, Muhammad himself will see to it that you are annihilated from this earth. Real trap shit.
Still, if I didn't have a JoJo fanatic friend telling me, as every episode aired, yeah, it's rough, but stick with it, trust me, it gets good, honestly, I probably would have dropped it around episode 5 or 6.
I think in any show, including JoJo's, if you have to say, oh, it gets better after blah blah blah, it's not really the best incentive, because if you just don't like a show in general, just drop it. The part is only 44 chapters long in the manga, and it's only 9 episodes long in the anime. It's pretty concise, and the first 3 episodes of Phantom Blood are some of the most well-paced episodes in JoJo's, hands down, in my opinion. The first 3 episodes, super well-paced. You get to see Jonathan and Dio when they're kids, all the way to their young adult life, up right to the point where Dio finally throws away his humanity and becomes that vampire and takes the final step in becoming the character that we all know and love to hate, and love to stroke our little. If you don't like Phantom Blood, you might not like the rest of JoJo's. Phantom Blood, even though being the most maybe traditional story, is still JoJo's at its essence, in my opinion. You have an interesting and very unique set of characters. You have a unique system of fights and battling, and you have a very strong theme throughout the story. And for part 1, it's just brotherhood and the combatant of good versus evil. Good versus evil has been constant in JoJo's. Therefore, if maybe that's not really your cup of tea, then I don't know. JoJo's, at its core, is not a story about seeing what cool stand the villains have, or what big set piece each part has, or what funny meme or running gag each character has. JoJo's is a story about the Joestar bloodline, and no matter what setting they're in, the upbringing they had, the time period that they grew up in, a JoJo will always have a golden heart. It will always rise to the occasion of anyone that tries to usurp the peace. That's basically it. And what's more important is that you start with Jonathan, because Jonathan lays that out clearly. Some may say he's a little bit flat as a character, but that's kind of the point. Jonathan is the foundation. He sets everything up further past himself. He's the one to pass the torch. And every JoJo has a bit of Jonathan in them. And that's what makes it interesting to see. If you started with Josuke and then jumped around to Joseph and then to Giorno and then Jolene and then Jotaro, I mean, like, it'll be weird, you know? It's way cooler to see this upstanding gentleman that is Jonathan, strong moral compass, always stand up for the good, even if it hurts him. He literally says in the first time, you know, it's the gentleman's thing to do to protect the lady, no matter if you know him or not. And then you go over to Joseph, who's the complete, almost opposite, you know, would cheat to get his way. Will literally cheat, haha. Has basically no qualms with tricking people, doesn't treat women with any respect usually, and still is a JoJo. At his core, he's still a Jonathan and will fight for what he believes in. And then you get to Jotaro, which is unlike either one of them. He's not joking around, and he's really heavily personality based like Joseph. And he has none of the softness and niceness of Jonathan. And yet, he's a strong sense of justice like Jonathan. And he'll also use his brains and his wit as much as possible to give himself as much of an advantage in a fight, just like Joseph. So that's the progression we get here. That's what makes it interesting. Okay, look, at the end of the day, if you like a series, you should absolutely continue with it. And if you don't, just stop it. Why waste your time any further? By trying to skip around and reach a certain conclusion that you want faster, you will never reach the truth. Insert post Julian here for a gyro quote. Also, I have no problems with Geoff or Mother's Basement. I just thought the video was really stupid. I just thought it was so And I use his points a lot in the video, only because his points are usually prevalent in a lot of parts keepers' minds. Therefore, I wanted to talk about his points and express why I think he's incorrect in them. This is the part of the video where you think I'll say, well, I guess you want to skip parts. That's okay, you should enjoy it. No, just don't, dude. It's not the Monogatari series. It's told in that order it's told. So do it. Fall off your horse and eat shit.